What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today it's time to update the release schedule for the Digimon TCG. Because if you're like me, and let's face it, you've clicked on the video, you're probably a little bit like me, you like the Digimon TCG. You occasionally spend money on it, or at least you like sitting there, going around and thinking about what you would spend money on. So this, ladies and gentlemen, this is the video for you, all the Digimon TCG stuff coming out, though I will be honest with you, it can get a little bit confusing, but hey, that's why I'm here. So starting off then, we've got a couple of very exciting releases coming up in May, and that is the release date for New Awakening on the 6th of May. And I'm afraid I actually need to interrupt myself here. When I recorded this video initially, that was the correct release date. Now, however, we have a release date for Europe, Latin America, and Oceania on the 13th of May, and North America on the 27th of May, with the pre-release happening exactly 1 week earlier. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, but at least we popped it in now to let you know. That is BT8. But before we get to that, we do need to mention that the weekend, well, kind of preceding that, from the 29th of April to the 5th of May, we've got the pre-release for New Awakening. That is BT8. Everyone who participates gets a Gamamon. I am delighted about this. And you obviously get your pre-release pack with 2 pre-release stamped cards, either uncommon or rare, from BT8. And the person who wins gets your Agamon. It's an alternate art Agamon. It's fine. I'll be honest with you, this is not one of the pre-release promos I am most desperate to get hold of. It's lovely, and if I end up with it, I will be delighted. But it's fair to say that if I end up missing on this one, I ain't going to be too upset. The Gamamon's what I want, and that's what you get for participating. But when we get to May the 6th, we get to the proper release of BT8, which for what it's worth has been changed from New Hero to New Awakenings over here. We've got a slightly different name. Now, this is a good set, and it's going to be shaking up the metagame as these things tend to do. The secret rares from the set, you have got your Creepymon and you've got your Imperial Dramon Paladin mode, both of which are pretty gosh darn cool. I am a big fan of the Chimeramon, which can DNA Digivolve from any 2 level 4s, and can Digivolve from anything, which is pretty gosh darn good. The Aphanamon Fall Down mode is a card from this set, which has proven to be pretty gosh darn fun. The Black War Greymon from this set is a pretty cool one, and to be honest, there's a bunch of X-antibody stuff, which is very, very nice. There is a lot to get excited about. And for me personally, there's a new Pulsemon, and that's rather lovely. Although, the fact that Pulsemon is common, and I, again, can't get a pre-release card, that makes me a little bit sad. Oh, and I should probably mention Imperial Dramon Fighter Mode as well, shouldn't I? It's kind of on the front of the booster pack. Seems like it would be rude not to. And hey, at least Beamermon's an uncommon, so I can at least get a pre-release promo of that one. This is a cool looking set, and if I may say so, the kind of set you might want to get a little bit excited about. For anyone that's wondering, box toppers and the like, you get yourself one of 6 Tamers, which is very, very cool. But remember, you also get the Aero Vegemon and the Old Force Vegemon that were the pre-release promos from BT7. They are coming just in the box as well. So once again, we got double box toppers going on, which is just cool. Like, I'm sorry, that's just really cool. I love Bandai over here seem to be doing this weird thing where they just go, you know, we gave these out as, and you know, with Pulsemon as well, we've got these cool promos, we gave them out as promos, but has everybody really had a chance to get hold of them? Oh, let's give them out again, shall we? Love that they do this, makes me very happy. And on the same day as that being the 6th of May, we also have the next 2 starter decks coming. Those are starter decks 9 and 10, featuring Imperial Dramon and featuring Mastermon. And once again, I need to jump in from the future here, because these have also had their release dates changed, unfortunately, and they're actually exactly the same as the other one. So Europe, Latin America, and Oceania are May the 13th, so it is still the same day as BT8, but it's now a week later. And North America is May the 27th, which is still the same day as BT8, but it's all 3 weeks later than it should have been. Sorry about that. And these are, again, very cool. Now, I'm going to tell you the same thing I always tell you here. Yes, you need to get 2 versions of these, or 2 copies of them. Both of them, and I have done videos about this, I'll link them in the description, but I've gone through and done videos showing you which are the 2 ofs, and at the end of those videos I explicitly go through them again. Fact of the matter is, there are 2 ofs in here. There are good 2 ofs. These are mostly exclusive cards. They each have 1 option card reprint for some reason, although they're good, so let's not get too angry about it. But these are new starter decks with pretty much entirely new cards. They are good. You're probably going to need them. However, if you're playing competitively and you want everything, and you probably should, honestly, if you're playing competitively, you will need to buy 2 versions of each of these. I'm sorry, but there really, unfortunately, isn't very much we can do about it. That is just the way it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is just the way it is. Now, in terms of sets, that's actually all we've got. Now, EXO2 has been released over in Japan, and that was released, honestly, a little while ago over in Japan. And we think, we don't know, but we think it's coming out on June the 24th. Now, I say this because we've got a listing. We got a listing from a distributor which lists the release date of this as June the 24th. And honestly, that does kind of make sense. It'd be about halfway between BT8 and BT9. That makes quite a lot of sense. However, cannot stress this enough, this is not a confirmed release date. If you go over to the official website, they've not actually got EXO2. They've not even acknowledged it as a set. If you go to the product page, it's just not even on there. However, if you go to some distributor websites, you will see it listed. So I'm going for this as the release date. I'm giving you this as the release date with a gigantic caveat, and that is that this is unconfirmed and is subject to change. Now, EX2 is an extra set, but let's make no mistake about it, it is a full set, full of new cards, some of which are meta-relevant, and if you're playing competitively, you are going to need. This isn't some kind of alternate art set or something like that. This one is good. We've got secret rares in terms of your Gallantmon Crimson mode and your Billsmon Blast mode, and I've shown you winning decks for those, especially Billsmon, which looks very, very good. And then, one of the cool things here is that you've got all of your Reapers, which have, you've got the Reaper deck as a whole, but then we've seen a whole bunch of winning decks out there that are taking advantage of Gatekeeper because it's a security card that recovers as long as you've got a Mother D Reaper. So as long as you play Mother D Reaper as your Digitarma, if this comes out as a security, you get to recover. That's pretty cool, ladies and gentlemen. That's pretty cool. Should also give a little bit of a shout out here to Justimon Blitzarm, which is pretty gosh darn cool. Although there is no Pulsemon in this set, so you can imagine I'm not as high on it as I could be. Oh, there is a new Gallantmon as well, so, people love Gallantmon. Oh, and that Takuyamon actually ended up being kind of cool as well. I'm just giving you examples. I am not guaranteeing I'm mentioning every good card from the set. I'm just giving you a bit of a reminder of some of the key cards, giving you a little bit of flavour. Now again, BT9, we don't have an actual release date here. We have a distributor listing for the 29th of July. Now, I would be expecting a May set and an August set, and BT8 is coming out in May, and fine, BT9 is coming out in July rather than August, but let's be clear, it's the 29th of July, it's pretty much August, it's nearer to 3 months after BT8 than it is to 2, so I'm giving myself a pass on this one. Now, BT9 is the most recent one that's going to be released over in Japan as I record this, and this is just another set filled with cool stuff. But this is the real X antibody set. So, as well as having, your classic X antibody cards, so you've got Alphamon in the set, for instance, and all of that line, Alphamon being the poster child for the set, we've also got a whole bunch of X antibody cards. There is an Agamon X antibody and a Gabumon X antibody and all of that good stuff. It is that kind of set, and I've shown you a bunch of winning decks on this channel from these kind of cards, which are proving to be very, very good. There's a Gallantmon X antibody, which people seem to be liking. That one's kind of cool. Gaiamon, I showed you a winning list of the other day. That one seems like it might be pretty gosh darn cool. Ordinmon, that's kind of a nice card. And then we've got our secret rares here of your Alphamon, Aryuken, and your Dexmon. And Dexmon especially looks absolutely just ridiculously brokenly good. So yeah, there is a lot of stuff in this set to start getting a little bit excited about. And they seem to be doing this, Bandai, set after set after set, where they are just releasing good stuff in every set to basically make every set exciting. I have absolutely no issue with this whatsoever. I mean, just a minute ago when we were chatting, I didn't even mention Omnimon Merciful Mode, which honestly seems like a bit of a misstep. Sorry about that one. There is just cool stuff in every set at the moment, and that is awesome. And that is it in terms of sets all the way up to what they've had in Japan so far. We got BT8 on May the 6th, Started X 9 and 10 on May the 6th as well. We've got EX2 on June the 24th and BT9 on July the 29th. The thing is, we do actually have a couple of Started X, 3 Started X to be specific, which are currently missing, including Starter Deck 11. Now, I don't know what's going on with Starter Deck 11. This is, and if you get a chance to pick this up from Japan, it's crazy cheap. It's like less than $5. It's great. It comes with a Gamamon deck box, which is awesome, and it's purely reprints. There are no new cards in this box. And what's really weird, you get things like War Greymon, which is a super rare, but these are all, even where they're called super rare and they've got the rarity symbol, these are all just printed as regular non-holo cards, even where they're super rares, which is kind of trippy and kind of cool. So this is brilliant. We don't actually need this product because it's all reprints. I am not aware of any news for this coming out over here, so this is a real wait and see scenario, because as it stands at the moment, as far as I am aware, and please correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong about this, as it stands at the moment, we know nothing about this in terms of having a release over here. I really hope it does, but it's very different to the other Starter Decks, and it's entirely reprints. So whereas Starter Decks 12 and 13, which we're going to get to in a moment, have to have a release, Starter Deck 11 doesn't. Now, speaking of Starter Decks 12 and 13, they have to get releases because they're new. Or maybe it is because I'm once again jumping in from the future. Seriously, lots of news came down since I recorded these videos. Very sad, etc. But one of the things to bear in mind is that distributor listings do sometimes go up, and they have for Starter Decks 12 and 13. They are currently listed, as it stands at the moment, for October the 14th. This is not a confirmed date, but it is a distributor listing, and they do tend to actually be pretty gosh darn reliable. And while we're here, also on the same date, there is a listing for Premium Deck Set 01. We don't know exactly what's in this other than what's on the screen, although it's called Deck Set, so you can assume there's at least one deck in there, and it's Jesmon and Ragnarlordmon themed, and it's coming out on the same day as a Jesmon and Ragnarlordmon Starter Decks. Read into that what you will. I've done a video telling you what we know and what we can figure out about this. I will, of course, bring you more news as and when we have more news. And again, we have, tiny reprints in here. But generally speaking, these are just new cards and are very, very cool. So what we've got, and again, you need to buy 2 of each of these. I'm sorry, that's just the way Starter Decks work in Digimon. There are 2 ofs, and there are good ones. I'm sorry, you need to buy 2 of each of these. Please feel free to take it up with Bandai, but it does mean we get a greater number of unique cards, so I don't think it's all bad here. Now, the Starter Deck 12 is featured around Jesmon, Starter Deck 13 is featured around Ragnarlordmon. Yes, a proper level 7 in a Starter Deck. And we've been going through these on the channel recently, looking at all the reveals as they're coming down. All I can tell you is, these look really, really, really good. They look, frankly, better than a lot of the Starter Decks we've had so far. These are ones to get a little excited about. And then we have a whole bunch of extra stuff. A whole bunch of stuff that came from Premium Bandai. I warn you, if you're in the US, you've missed all of this. All of this has gone up on Premium Bandai, and all of this, the time to order it has now gone. Sorry. If, like me, you're in Europe, these should start showing up in shops on the dates I'm going to tell you now. So the first one we've got is Tamer Set Free. That one is not out yet, but it should be coming out soon. That one gets you your playmat and 2 sets of sleeves. One that look like the old card backs, and then your Digi-Egg sleeves, which is very cool. That should be coming around in April. Check with your local game store to see when it's actually coming. Tamer's Evolution Box 2 is also coming. That should be coming out in May. And that one does have 8 alternate art reprinted cards. Your Agumon, Vmon, Wormmon, Gilmon, Agunimon, Agumon, Shoutmon, and win rate 60%. Along with your deck box and everything else. Unlike Tamer's Evolution Box 1, we only get the English versions. Tamer's Evolution Box 1, we got the Japanese versions as well, which was amazing. They're not going to do that again. But man, it was fun while it lasted. And they are all alternate arts, you don't need them, but this, for my money, is extremely cool. Tamer Set EX is coming around in June, and this one, you've got yourself a deck box and some sleeves featuring Gallantmon. So this is another one of those where it really is up to you. This is not demanding that you get it, but it's still quite nice. I, however, will be saving my money because shortly thereafter we get into June still, and we've got ourselves Playmat and Card Set 1 featured around Digimon Tamers. And this one, you get your Playmat, but you also get 8 alternate art cards, your Gilmon, Gallantmon, Renamon, Takuyamon, Terriermon, Mega Gargamon, Impmon, and Leomon. And these are amazing. And if you're giving me 8 alternate art promos, I don't really care about the playmat, if I'm honest with you, but you'll give me 8 alternate art promos, and I am 100% going to be picking this one up. It's too gosh darned good. And then the one coming after that, which is coming in September again, we've got a very similar thing, except it's even better because the artwork is phenomenal. And I love this playmat. I will probably end up using this playmat in tournaments, if I'm honest with you. And you've got your alternate art reprints of Tentamon, Patamon, Gomamon, Beamon, Palmon, Agumon, Gatomon, and Gabumon, which, again, it's called the Playmat and Card Set, so that all does kind of make sense. And then the last thing we've actually got confirmed here is your Tamer Set 4, which, again, you get yourself a playmat and sleeves. I actually really like the playmat here, and I really appreciate the fact that it's basically Booster 0.0, the first ever promo booster, but all grown up. I very much appreciate that. So I might actually pick this one up just because I think it looks cool, but there's no promo cards here, so that's up to you. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's all the release dates we have so far. Everything that has been confirmed. And now it's over to you guys. Which of these are you going to be picking up? Which are you excited about? Which are you going to be skipping and why? Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, and all kinds of fun things. But by far, the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.